Daily Mail put out this headline about me. I can't even this. Look at this journalist, Victoria Churchill, who reached out. She writes, Candace Owens rages after being snubbed from the Charlie Kirk Memorial speaking roster. When did this happen? The lying here is actually making me uncomfortable.
She needs to bring receipts. Bill Ackman brought receipts. How long was that tweet? You're on the board of Turning Point?
Yeah.
No, when's the last time she was at a Turning Point event?
Not in many years. She would be in a perfect world if they didn't have this. What I already know was a very quiet breakup where she got too rabbit hole for him. She would be the logical heir to the TPUSA throne.
She's not there.
One of the names.
Wait, you don't think she'll be at the funeral?
No.
That's not the funeral.
The heir to the TPUSA throne.
She doesn't speak at the events anymore.
I mean,
while I'm attacking the feds, maybe not going to a public event, which the feds are organizing, is probably a very good idea. I'm good. I'm going to listen to Power on my headphones and go see Ye. How's that for a memorial for Charlie Kirk? That feels like the right thing for me to do right now. I mean, I'm not going to this memorial because it's strange. To lie like this is very strange. For context, just so you can realize how odd this is, I spoke at Turning Point's conference, 2 conferences last year. It's so easily, like I said, debunkable that you have to ask yourself why they are saying it. Here is me speaking on Turning Point USA's stage last year. And here's what I said, by the way, which got Charlie in a lot of trouble.
It's not that difficult. America first. First name America, last name first. We put this country's interests before the interests of foreign countries overseas. All of them. I don't care.
And yeah, Charlie got in trouble for the stuff that I said on stage. And then they came inward. I told that I was not allowed to speak at AmFest. The donors were making threats, but I went on tour with Turning Point last year. It's so on their website. It's so, this is the strangest thing. And then when you look into who's writing these articles, like Victoria Churchill, you note that she has a connection to AIPAC. So AIPAC is pushing this. Here she is, starting off 2018 in DC, and she's got a picture of herself. If you can scroll down, I don't know if you can see this, sitting in the audience in AIPAC, and she's thrilled. America, Israel. I've never stopped talking to Charlie. I mean, yesterday I released just one of many messages that I have with Charlie, which prove that he was, in the months leading up to this, concerned about Israel and how Israel was coming after our free speech. Free speech meant a lot to him. Me and Meghan and Tucker are not lying to you. Charlie was concerned about the speech, that he felt the restrictions. And inevitably, this happens when you get into bed with Israel. You can't criticize them at all, as Meghan said, before you start enduring threats. August, so the month before he lost his life. And here is Charlie in his own words about how he was feeling.
How is your relationship with Candace Owens nowadays?
She's a great friend. Look, I don't agree with everything Candace says, but you know what I don't do? I don't stop being friends with people just because people morally blackmail me. I don't do that, and you shouldn't either. Look, I have different views on things as Candace. I have different views on Israel than Candace. I have different views on a lot of geopolitics. But honestly, I traveled the country with Candace. I went to her wedding. I saw her meet her husband. I went to Israel with Candace, which is a fun story I'll tell you at some point. But what I don't like is when people demand, you must stop being friends with somebody. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a left-wing tactic. Don't do that. I'm not saying you do that, but other people do that. We should never resort to that. In fact, if you believe what I believe, shouldn't you want me to be friends with people that don't agree with us? Shouldn't you want me to also be a tool of influence? And so I think the world of Candace. She's a great mother. She certainly has very, very fun opinions at times. And she's a great talent. She says a lot of stuff that sometimes I don't agree with, but that's what makes our relationship and our friendship interesting. My advice to all of you, you might not like somebody, but never tell somebody like me to stop being friends with somebody on an interpersonal level just because of disagreement. It's bad. It's what the left does, and we should rise above it as conservatives. Thank you so much.
Charlie was a very loyal friend, and I'm going to continue to be a loyal friend to Charlie. I can't stand it. I cannot stand to see the lies that are being told. The people that are intentionally taking things that I say out of context, people that were trying to pretend that Charlie and I weren't friends. It is maddening, but I know that God never gives any person more than they can handle, and I can handle it. And I am handling it.
If there's one thing that has been talked about the past few weeks, that thing is the death of Charlie, or better still, the murder of Charlie and some of the things or people's take about him. Some people have a very favorable view of him, while others don't. And I found nothing strange about this. Remember, we are all humans in this world, and no single human is universally liked by everyone. It is impossible to meet anyone whom everyone likes. Totally impossible. Some people will like you, others won't. And that is to be expected. So I want to talk about this short clip we just watched, how Charlie defended his friendship with Candace Owens. And what he said is something that I hope all of us learn from. In this world, you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to be friends with everybody. But never ever let others dictate who you be friends with. Don't do that. If you are a full grown-up person, you have to make that conscious choice of whether or not you are going to be friends with other people. Don't let people blackmail you. Don't let people emotionally blackmail you. How are you friends with that person? He's so horrible. He's terrible. He says or she says terrible things. How can you be friends with them? I thought you were a different person, or I thought you were a different person. But from the look of things and your association, I really have a different view about you. Don't let people do that. Don't. Because when people start pushing you around, when people start telling you who they want you to be friends with and who they don't want you to be friends with, it never ends well for you. It never. So Charlie saying this year is something that really strike a chord in me. I'm like, yeah, this is the right thing to say. She's my friend. He said, Candace and I have our own differences, and some of the things she has said are very colorful or flowery or whatever, and I don't accept every single thing she said or she has said. Likewise, she wouldn't accept every single thing I have said, right? So our friendship is what it is. There are things we agree on and there are things we disagree on. And it's okay. It's okay. That is it. So I hope that you guys take this as a word of caution. Don't let people blackmail you. Don't. It never ends well. One more thing before I go. Always make sure that the people you are friends with are people of your choosing and that you understand them very well. And do not ever think for a second that you guys will agree on every single thing. It's impossible to agree with people on every single thing. It's totally impossible, especially when you're using your own reasoning faculty to process things. So there will be times when you guys will have your differences. There will be times when you guys will have some back and forth arguments. And you guys will learn to hash it out and then move on. That is how life is supposed to be. So I hope that as we live on, we can learn a thing or two from Charlie. And don't get offended when I say learn a thing or two from Charlie, because I know there are things he has said that people found very, very distasteful. Like when he said that, oh boy, when I get on an airplane and the pilot is a person of color, I think to myself, I hope he is qualified. Okay. In fact, Charlie had skeleton in his closet. I am not making excuses for him. I'm just saying that, like all of us, we too have our own skeletons, right? So most of the times I say, don't be the first to throw a rock, right? Because we all have our own skeletons in our closet. Sometimes when you hear people talk, you have to be selective. The things they say that you agree with, you agree. And the things they say that you think is rubbish, just discard them, throw them away, and move on, right? You don't have to take every single thing I say or anyone say. You don't have to do that. Then again, let me hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. After hearing what Charlie had to say about Candace Owens, what is your take? Do you think that he said things the proper way, or he should have just unfriended Candace Owens because she was saying things that, I don't know, most people don't agree with? Share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And please don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to tell a friend or two about the platform, because we are trying to get our content in front of a wider audience, and we believe that your love and support would get us there way, way more quickly. And we are gonna appreciate every single thing you do for us so much. So thank you very much for all the love and support, and like always, see you in the next one.